if I told you the decision most likely to cost you millions isn't a bad investment, a stock market crash, or even a recession? It's a decision millions of Americans make every month, and most don't realize the damage until it's too late. Today, I'll show you why the most expensive decisions you'll ever make don't feel expensive at all. Your fixed cost lifestyle. Most people think financial success comes from earning more money. It doesn't. The truth is that many Americans with six-figure incomes are living paycheck to paycheck. Why? Because they made a few expensive decisions that didn't feel expensive when they made them. A bigger house, a luxury SUV, private school, a vacation they felt they deserved. None of these decisions seem dangerous on the day you make them. That's what makes them so powerful. The problem is not the purchase itself. The problem is the monthly payment attached to it. Every monthly payment quietly takes a piece of your future income before you even earn it. And once enough payments pile up, your life starts losing flexibility. Imagine two families earning the exact same household income of $250,000 per year. The first family buys a reasonable home. They drive reliable vehicles. Their monthly obligations stay low. The second family buys the dream house. They lease expensive vehicles. They upgrade every part of their lifestyle. At first, both families look successful. In fact, the second family may look more successful. But 10 years later, the difference becomes obvious. The first family has options. The second family has payments. And those are not the same thing. Wealth is not measured by what you own. Wealth is measured by how many choices you still have. Many people don't realize that every large fixed expense creates financial gravity. The larger the payment, the harder it becomes to change direction. You can't easily leave a stressful job. You can't take time off. You can't start a business. You can't relocate for a better opportunity. Not because you lack talent, not because you lack ambition, but because your bills have already made the decision for you. That's why some people earning $80,000 feel financially free, while others earning $300,000 feel trapped. Income matters, but fixed expenses often matter more, because a high income can disappear. A low-cost lifestyle keeps creating freedom year after year. The most expensive financial decisions rarely feel expensive when you make them. They feel comfortable. They feel deserved. They feel normal. And that's exactly why they can quietly cost you millions over a lifetime. Now that you understand the problem, the next question is simple. How do you avoid becoming trapped by your own lifestyle? The answer is not extreme frugality. The answer is keeping your biggest expenses under control. In America, most financial problems come from three areas: housing, transportation, and lifestyle inflation. These three categories usually consume the majority of household income. Let's start with housing. Many Americans buy the largest home a lender approves them for. That sounds reasonable, but lenders calculate what you can afford on paper. They do not calculate what creates freedom. A mortgage that looks manageable today can feel completely different after a job loss, recession, medical issue, or family emergency. Instead of asking, "What's the biggest house I can buy?" ask, "What's the smallest monthly payment that still gives my family a great life?" That single question can save hundreds of thousands of dollars over time. Next comes transportation. Cars are one of the fastest ways to destroy future wealth. Not because cars are bad, because people often buy more vehicle than they need. A $900 monthly car payment may not seem catastrophic, but invested over decades, that same money could grow into hundreds of thousands of dollars. Many millionaires drive ordinary vehicles for a reason. They understand something most people don't. A car's job is transportation. An investment's job is wealth creation. Don't confuse the two. The third danger is lifestyle inflation. This is what happens when income rises and spending rises just as fast. You get a raise, you move to a nicer neighborhood, you upgrade the car, you upgrade the vacations, you upgrade everything. Yet somehow your savings account barely grows. The biggest financial mistake isn't earning more and spending more. It's earning more and saving nothing from the increase. A powerful rule many successful investors follow is simple. Every time income rises, automatically increase savings first, before upgrading your lifestyle, before upgrading your house, before upgrading your car. Pay your future self first. Another strategy is creating what I call the freedom gap. The freedom gap is the difference between what you earn and what you must spend. The larger that gap becomes, the more control you have over your life. A large freedom gap means you can survive job loss, you can change careers, you can start a business, you can retire earlier, you can handle emergencies without panic. In other words, money doesn't create freedom. Margin creates freedom. That's the lesson most people learn too late. The goal isn't to look rich. The goal is to become financially independent, and those are two completely different paths. The people who build lasting wealth don't maximize their lifestyle. They maximize their flexibility, and flexibility becomes one of the most valuable assets money can buy. The biggest mistake people make is thinking financial freedom requires a dramatic life change. It doesn't. Most of the time, it starts with a few small decisions made today. The goal is not to completely rebuild your life overnight. The goal is to regain control over your future. Start with this simple exercise. Look at every recurring monthly expense in your life: your mortgage or rent, your car payment, subscriptions, insurance, private memberships, financed purchases, everything. Now ask yourself one question. If I were starting from scratch today, would I willingly sign up for this payment again? If the answer is no, that expense deserves attention, because every recurring payment is competing with your future wealth. Next, calculate your savings rate. Not how much money is left over, not how much you hope to save, your actual savings rate. This number tells you more about your financial future than almost anything else. A person earning $80,000 and saving 25% often builds more wealth than someone earning $200,000 and saving 5%, because wealth is built from what you keep, not from what you make. Then, create an automatic system. This step is critical. Don't depend on motivation. Don't depend on discipline. Use automation. Set up automatic transfers into retirement accounts, investment accounts, emergency savings, long-term goals. The less you have to think about saving, the more likely it is to happen consistently. And consistency is where real wealth comes from. After that, make one commitment. Delay every major lifestyle upgrade for at least 6 months. New car, bigger house, luxury purchase? Wait. Give yourself time to decide whether you truly need it or whether you're simply responding to emotion. Many expensive mistakes disappear when time enters the decision. Remember this: every dollar committed to a monthly payment has a hidden opportunity cost. That money could have been building investments, funding a business, creating an emergency cushion, buying freedom later in life. Most people focus on what a purchase gives them. Few people focus on what that purchase takes away. And that's where the biggest financial mistakes happen. So here's the core lesson of this entire video. The most expensive decisions you'll ever make don't feel expensive. They arrive disguised as convenience. They arrive disguised as status. They arrive disguised as upgrades. But over time, they quietly determine whether you own your future or owe your future away. The people who achieve financial freedom are not always the highest earners. They're usually the people who protect their flexibility. They understand that every fixed expense is a trade between comfort today and options tomorrow. And when you make enough of those trades wisely, something remarkable happens. You stop needing more money to feel secure because you've built a life that costs less than your ability to earn. And that is when wealth becomes more than a number. It becomes freedom. It becomes choices. It becomes control over your own life. And in the end, that's what money was supposed to do all along. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it,
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next Smart Money video.